How are you?
Good.
It's
I'm
been a
alive.
yeah, it's
That's
been a
pretty much
minute.
that's how far the base is now. That's that. But yeah,
Um, yeah.
what is this accent?
I don't know. It feels
It's giving like I don't know.
it feels silly to be recording a hockey podcast.
Yeah, amongst everything.
Everything. Yeah,
And like hockey is my minus the P-dub. We love you over there. Thanks for keeping us mostly sane.
mostly sane. Yeah.
But everything else, I'd rather not. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's okay.
So the Olympics
We're still
happened.
here.
We were gone the whole time.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we were here.
we did record
Just not
episodes. They
like
just didn't go up.
here. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Um,
We were unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. We were watching. I consumed
yeah.
a lot of sports that was not just hockey,
Yeah.
and I already missed that part of it. And having like sports on 24/7 is always one of my favorite things, but
Yes.
yeah,
Well, I
it's
I
it was
do
here and now it's gone.
I like the Winter Olympics because if you like having like the sports on all the time, I feel like March is a good.
Also, because it's cold. So my thing is I like when it's like nice outside, I like being outside. So when we have Summer Olympics, I like don't want to stay inside all the time to watch
Yeah.
all of it. But in the winter, it's cold. So I don't want to be outside. So
Yeah.
I would rather just watch all of it. That's a good point though. But I still sit inside in the
Because
summer anyway, and I'm like,
but March is so packed. Like you have PWHL, NHL, NBA.
is it also March Mad? I don't know anything about March Madness,
Yeah.
but I know March Madness is in March
Well, so we have like
or
all
late
those
March.
things. We have March Madness. We have the
Indy
women's
back.
college hockey Frozen Four. What?
IndyCar is back.
IndyCar's back. F1 is back.
NASCAR is
Um,
still happening. If you watch NASCAR, I don't. I'm sorry,
yeah.
but it is
But like
happening.
I feel like March is it like there's spring training going on.
Yeah, like everything's all kind of either it's
Yeah.
really, really busy part of the season or everything is just like kind of starting up again.
Yeah.
So you're all in the middle of everything.
There's
I
just a
forgot about
lot
baseball
to
too.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
And the Paralympics are out. So like
exactly.
yeah,
It's so many
we're
things to
booked and
do.
busy again. So, but
What's going on with Luke and the
is
Devils?
Tulane retiring
What
soon?
book is that?
Did you see the new Kraken jersey?
Three-peat?
Was that the goal of the year?
16 million?
Who's gonna win the Norris
The Isles are
Trophy?
having fun again?
Did you read the new Elsie Silver
Will
novel?
the Sabres ever make the
Did anyone
playoffs?
beat Ovi's
Give me
record?
a new book rep.
Who got traded?
Will Matthews bounce
Can
back?
Tampa get back on top?
This is Read Between the Blue Lines,
A hockey podcast.
where our brains are filled with endless stat lines
Rosters.
and a list of books to read,
Tune in every Monday for a deep dive in the game we love.
and the books we can't shut up about. Should we start off with the elephant in the room and then go from there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Olympics were really fun for like 5 minutes, guys. Um,
Wait. Rephrasing this. The men's gold medal game was fun for
yeah.
about 5 minutes.
So basically,
Post game,
the women's team, the only hockey team that matters as far as I'm
beautiful.
concerned,
Yeah.
amazing.
Actually,
They
only
crushed,
one gold medal was won in hockey, and it was
yeah,
them.
it was them.
It was them.
Um, they crushed the whole tournament. Aaron Frankel and Gwyneth Phillips broke
Mm-hmm.
records. There were 2 goals let in the entire tournament out of
On
99
99
shots.
shots. That's like, do we know how bonkers that is? That's
That's
crazy.
absolutely insane.
Great.
Um, And then even still, like they blew out Canada, but then the gold medal game, Canada's like, nope, I'm gonna give y'all a show.
That was we were that one came down to the wire. It
It
was
did,
very
and it was
nerve-wracking.
so good. Like Knight, like tying it so late in the game. That overtime goal by Megan Keller was an absolute
Beautiful.
stunner.
Yeah, it was so good.
So that women's game was so good, and it was like we've talked about like the idea of like being an American right now and whether or not you can be patriotic for your country and like what you actually represent when you go to the Olympics of like which
Yeah.
athletes are saying things and which aren't and whatever. Um and it was a moment where I was like, yeah, play Freebird. Like I'm in it. And then
Also, I think
also
for them it's so like I don't want to say we're so used to the Canada US matchup on the women's side, but we are.
Yeah.
because like
But
that's
it's
always what it
entertaining
ends up
every
being.
time.
But like, yeah, and I think to me, I was like, I couldn't have cared less who won because like if Canada won that game, I would have been
Yeah.
fine. But I think for like I think it I don't want to say it doesn't hold as much. What's the word I don't want to say meaning.
Wait.
Yeah, because we see Canada, US on the women's side all the time.
Hmm.
So I was locked in because I was like, whoever wins this game gets a gold medal. But like in the weight, like the who I don't know how to like word it the right way. More
The
people are gonna
men's
be
game felt
yes,
more
because
geopolitically
people were like
involved.
that, and
Yeah.
the men hadn't won a gold medal in
In
for almost
40s.
50
Yeah.
years, while the women have had a medal every Olympics, and the last time they won gold was in not even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Two
I think
Olympics
like
ago.
the window of like looking at what the game meant was very different. But in my mind, I think that made the women's game more fun because I was like, this is just like a
It was
everyday. This is
also
like normal. This is we see this all the time.
US Canada for the women was the first time we've had three black women skate on the ice at the same
Yes.
time. It was Layla Edwards was the first black woman to skate for the US. She's the first black woman to win a gold medal for the US,
Score a
and
goal,
she
pick up
got
a
two
point.
gold. Yeah, like
Everything
just every
ever. She
single
got
record you can
everyone.
get, she got.
Which
Except
we
for
love
like a
that for
hat
her.
trick, but we'll get
Yeah.
it next Olympics.
She still has
Uh,
time, don't worry.
and so like that was super awesome. And then you had Sarah Nurse and Sophie Jakes on Team Canada, so that was the three that got to skate for
Yeah.
the first time, which was like it's so cool, but also it like reminds me like how far we still have to go as far as
Yeah.
like diversity and inclusion when it comes to the NHL and also just like accessibility and stuff.
Hockey as a whole, yeah.
Yeah, so women's was great. I was so happy
We
for
were
like
riding a high for a
the
couple
whole
days.
time.
Yeah.
And then we get to the US and I'm like, "Listen, I was rooting for Canada. I wanted Canada to
Yeah.
win,
Yeah, I was too. But I was
but
like,
I kind of was like, I just want to see a good hockey game. If you can give me a good hockey game, I'm good." And that first
yeah,
period I was like, "Oof. What's wrong with Canada? They're broken." I'm concerned.
they forgot how to play hockey for a
They
little
had a
bit.
5-on-3 and they couldn't score. Like they couldn't even
That
really get
was
it to the net.
yeah.
But then like the US defense looked so discombobulated. I was like, I don't even know how they're keeping the pucks
It
away
was
from
very much
Hellebuck
like
right now.
it was very much like nobody was scoring a goal, but like nobody was playing good hockey
No.
for 75% of that game,
And then Canada kicked it into
which
high
was crazy.
gear and for some fucking reason still couldn't get a goal. But then like we get it. We go to overtime, which I know that people have differing opinions. I don't think that
On the 3 on
3v3
3,
overtime should be how you decide the Olympics. I agree with John Cooper. I think that it should be five on
they
five.
so like we had this conversation at work, and I don't remember what it was in 14, but a lot of people pointed out that the only other overtime we had in a gold medal was when Sid scored the golden goal, and that overtime was 4 on 4. So it still wasn't 5. I don't know. Also, 4 on 4 overtime sounds
Run
so
for so
weird.
weird.
Like, I don't understand that concept, but
No.
I do think it's like we don't do 3 on 3 overtime
For
in the
the cup.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine being like game 7 and you're playing 3 on 3. That's like that's wild. You'd
No,
have
and
a riot.
I feel like goals deserves the same. So I feel like it should have been five
Yeah,
on five.
I think
And
there's an argument
then
to be made. I agree.
also I'd like to note that neither Megan Keller's nor Jack Hughes's goal are golden goals.
No.
Sorry, that title belongs to Sid.
I know we call them that, but so the way I differentiate is like a or like the like Megan Keller scored the golden goal, but like Sid's is like the like capital
Yeah.
because like there's
I
only
think
one, but
I
like
think when I
also
posted it, I said like Megan Keller is golden, and then I said that she scored the
yeah,
overtime winner. Like, because I like it's the
it's
same
not
thing.
the
Like,
same.
it's the same when people say like Captain Clutch for anyone but Pooh, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
she's the only one.
no, it's only Pooh
Who else
then.
would they say that for?
No, it was like last season there was a whole thing with like a bunch of like NHL teams calling their captains Captain Clutch, and it was like,
No,
no,
no. Put some
step the
respect on
fuck
her
off of
name. I
it.
have not.
It's
I
only
didn't
Pooh
see that.
then.
I know she doesn't like that nickname, but like it's hers.
Yes,
Don't
which
be
like I
using that on other people. It's not for them.
no, like even if she doesn't like want to be called it, which I'm just not gonna. I don't call her
Yeah.
that if she doesn't want to be called it, but like it's still hers. Like
Yes,
no
like
one else
I
can.
wouldn't be using it for another player just to be like,
No.
oh no, I didn't know that. That makes me kind of angry, but
Well, same thing. I'm
Yes,
like
that
Captain
is the same point.
America is Hillary. Like you cannot give that to
Yeah.
anyone. But it's the same
Yes,
thing. Like
also that.
when Hillary goes, we're not calling anyone else Captain America. Like that is her
No.
title. So
Memo
anyway,
to everybody.
yeah. Um.
Important information.
So Jack scores, and
In
for like
overtime,
all of five
clearly.
minutes, I was so happy because of the fact that they were doing such a great job of honoring Johnny Gaudreau. And I
Yeah.
was like, I can be happy for this team because I think that they are focusing on the right thing right now. Because you and I said, and I think we probably said it on pod with Four Nations, it was supposed to be for Johnny.
Yes. Yeah, I think we did say that when we
And it turned
went
into a
over that.
geopolitical war, right?
Pause. So this is what I'm foreshadowing because it's even worse.
Yes.
But
But so like that was icky, right? Like I didn't like that we
yeah.
took Johnny's legacy and we kind of like nullified it because we wanted to focus on that. And so I saw the Olympics and I was like, I understand that this is probably going to end up being politicized, but for right now in this moment, I am so happy
hmm
that we are being so good to Johnny, bringing his kids out, seeing
Also,
Guy
like
Gaudreau
that being
crying. I was
the first thing
sobbing.
that they like did
Yes.
because like obviously there's a whole ceremony to give out the medals, but like legitimately the first thing they, after like celebrating and whatever, that was the first thing they
They got his jersey at
actively
the same
went
time as
to
the
go do.
flags. Yeah.
Yeah, and like get Noah and Johnny Jr. on his birthday. Like that was the whole thing. Like that was like literally their first active moment after winning to go do that.
Yeah.
And so it felt very like, whoa, okay, like this is what we should be doing and how it should go. And yeah, it lasted not as long as it should have.
To be fair,
But
I pretty much got off of social media for the rest of the day. I did not see what
that
happened until the next morning.
I so nothing had surfaced immediately for a couple hours
No,
after.
yeah.
But I had left my phone. I was like reading, so from like 8 to 11 p.m. I didn't have my phone on me. And then I opened social media and I was like, big mistake. That is that. And that was so I was gonna text you that night, but I was like, I'm gonna let her live in some bliss until she wakes up
Well,
and finds out how horrible things
I
went.
do I do find it really funny
But
because you and I do the same thing where if one of us is up late and we see something, we're like, "Hey, be careful on
just
social media tomorrow because you're gonna get really mad the second you open it."
no, literally.
Um, so I opened it and I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" Because
The amount I want to say like the amount of it took all of like 2 seconds for every good feeling I had possibly felt about them winning to go in the complete op like
gone.
it was that was it. And like,
I'm gonna say this as neutrally as possible.
okay.
I don't care. I mean, I care, but like for this purpose, I don't give a shit what side you're on, what you believe in. You should not be partying with the feds.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Like,
Also
I miss when I
for the
didn't know who the director of the FBI was because
for
he
the
was busy doing
yeah.
his job.
Mhm. When like, there's actual things to be like figured out.
There was also, just by the
Like,
way, there was a supposed assassination attempt,
yeah,
and the director of the FBI is in fucking Italy. Like,
it makes it
again,
even
if you
ickier to me.
are on that side, I would think I'd be furious about
Yeah.
that.
I
My
also
president
think
almost gets murdered,
yeah,
and the director of the FBI is getting drunk in Italy. Fuck you.
the
Fuck
amount of
off.
and we could have a whole
Sorry.
conversation. No, you're fine. I agree. Um the whole and we could obviously get into this and I don't know if it's necessary, but the whole leave politics out of sports because they don't belong here
You brought them
crowd.
in. Bill Guerin invited them in.
Yes, when your GM of a team decides to invite the FBI director on a plane that you as American citizens paid for,
Also, they like literally said like we weren't gonna like the American citizens would tax dollars would not be going
yeah,
towards Cash Patel going to Italy, and then he
like
did. And like again, even if we're not talking about politics, like I'm literally just talking about like
you have a
taxpayer
political
money.
figure though.
But
In
like
like that's
even still, partying with the feds seems
yes.
fucking weird to me. I know that he's a
Also,
big hockey fan, but like that just feels
no.
like why does he have to be in the locker room? Go party with him later.
Someone made the point too, like you have all those families waiting for like your every
Yeah.
player had family there, and
Hmm.
not you didn't see a single family member in the locker room.
No, they
But
all went
that
outside
man
to
got to
party
get
with them.
like,
And then
ugh,
again, I'm trying not to make this like I know that it's a political thing, but I'm like it literally just it's like a weird situation, right? I understand that a lot of hockey players are conservative. Like I'm just it's right. The
Yeah.
thing that then got me the most is the fact that there was a joke made about inviting the women, um,
Who, by the way, did the same thing they did earlier and better
and better.
than the men did.
And every single person in that locker room laughed. And listen, I laugh when I'm nervous. I laugh when I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
But like bending over at the waist laughing.
We can apologize almost immediately. Like the second that someone went,
Yeah.
"Hey, that was weird," there could have been an apology. And
Yeah.
I will say, I don't think it's on the NHL to apologize. I don't think it is
No.
on the individual teams to apologize. And I think that
Players.
everyone needs to be a little bit more graceful to like the social media and PR
Yeah.
managers of the individual teams because like it's just not their responsibility. It is like the agent and player's responsibility to like
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with the NHL as far as I'm concerned. In like the PR
Overall,
standpoint, right?
yeah.
When it comes to then fix like this is a root of behavior that like hockey has a toxic culture, like yes, then it comes down to like the NHL like doing better. The same thing
Yeah.
applies though is that a lot of these teams have had women's like their women's history, women's night has been scheduled around this time anyway because
Mm-hmm.
we're in Women's History Month or like what is it called? Is it Women's
Women's History
History?
Month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of teams have already posted their little graphics today.
that is not like I just don't know how to explain to everyone like that was not like oh we need to fix our reputation like that was like
No.
pre-scheduled content,
I do think it's like
but it feels weird.
it does come off
Yes.
as like this is continuing the PR stunt because like now you're like teams that had those players on it are now posting those things, and even though it's like that was a pre-scheduled, we all know this is the month it needs to go up on,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel as genuine
No.
now, knowing that you have a player or players on your team that are literally going against that. So I think that's why it's like, even though you knew it had like it was gonna go up anyway, it doesn't feel, I don't want to use the word genuine, but it kind of, I think that's what it is. Like it's not like you're
Yeah.
celebrating it now. It kind of invalidates it
Yeah.
because now it's like you
Um,
know what you know.
yeah. So for me, it's a lot of there was like I don't think it's on the NHL to issue an apology for these players. Like that just is my perspective on it. I think that it's up to the players to make an individual apology.
Yeah.
And I think that an apology should have come quicker and it should have been an actual apology. Like a lot of
Yeah.
them have said like, oh, like da da da,
Like
or like we really
my
respect the women. And it's like,
my favorite was when they were like, "We saw them in the cafeteria after they won." What does that have to do with anything? Just because you saw them and talked to them and we're like comparing gold medal, what does that have to do with anything?
well, then it also like with uh, one of the players, and I don't want to say who it was because I don't remember exactly. I know who it
I was
was,
gonna
but
say, I don't know if I remember if you're gonna say it and I'm gonna remember, but it's fine. A
it was
player.
a post game press conference talking about the women, and he was like, you know, we respect the women, and they also respect us, and it was like,
That's still not the
did we
point.
have to make that point? Did we have to bring up how much they respect you? And
Yeah,
like, no,
that's not
like,
the point of it.
and again, like, I think I want to say Charlie McAvoy said the word sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think it was like a I'm sorry like
No,
we're sorry it happened that way, and it was kind of just like
but no one
it
else
was
has like
acknowledging
literally
it.
said,
Yeah.
I apologize. And I think that that's all it would have taken to get like a
Hmm.
little bit of goodwill back.
I also think like the whole I don't know why it's being blown up or just hockey players. It shouldn't be political. Like I saw one that
You
was
made
like,
it
I live in my
political.
own world. I'm like, you guys like opening your mouths and saying these things is
Is
making it worse.
so privileged. And that's
Just
also why,
don't
like,
apologize or don't say anything else because
yes,
you're
just
making
shut
it
up.
worse for yourself.
So, that being said, um, I'm not shocked in any way, but I'm still disappointed. Like,
Yeah.
and this is like something I was saying, like when like a lot of heated rivalry fans started coming in, and it was like, listen, I love that y'all are here, and like we need people in this space to like infiltrate and make it better. If every single
Yeah.
female hockey fan leaves, all it does is prove a point to these men that
Hmm.
women can't tough it out.
Also, like you brought up heated rivalry, but like I saw a couple tweets too, and I thought about the same thing that this is very much the whole reason that Rachel wrote those books.
Yes.
Like what we're going through right now is legitimately what she just took and switched a little bit and changed the name of the league in that verse because that's the whole purpose of those of the what is the word I'm looking for? Um 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 um
Like the story,
like
like
yeah,
the
like
intention behind it.
like she didn't just make up those conflicts out of nowhere. It's based on like again what we're genuinely experiencing right now is part of that problem, which is why she was like, "Hey,
Well, so the thing for
we're
me
missing the
then
point a little bit if we're not acknowledging that."
is when reporters started asking about heated rivalry, and pretty much every single person who answered was like, of course we'd be accepting. No,
Mm,
you wouldn't, because
mm,
you can have the best PR and you can be the most media trained person ever. But when video, and also just by the way, like that video wasn't leaked. Like they proudly
yeah.
posted it. Dylan Larkin very proudly live streamed it. Like
Hmm.
these were not like, oh, someone leaked it and no one was supposed to know and da da da. Like, no, they were like, we're gonna post this because we think it's cool.
Yeah.
Um, what you say behind closed doors matters. And I think that that is a thing that carries over to heated rivalry with like if a player came out
Yeah.
and what the public versus private reception would be. And I think that for those of you who wanted to see more of the locker room culture, you're gonna get it in season two, and you're gonna
This
realize
is yeah.
why no one in the NHL has come out.
And I also think like I've
Because
seen so
statistically, there's at
many
least one.
yes. I've seen so many people be like, this player has said this in the past, so they do this. And I'm like, I don't care what they do publicly. That is totally not
I
relevant
mean,
anymore.
I care what
Almost
they do publicly,
yes, but
but
no, no, but I'm saying like
if any of that was real, you would have
it's, yeah,
apologized by
and I'm
now.
saying like it doesn't like no again, knowing what you did in that video and whatever and going to the all of the extracurriculars after that, which again,
Also,
you have a
like,
real job, but
again, I'm gonna going to the White House because every other team goes to the White House, right? Do I think that's political? Yes. Do I think that that could maybe be a little bit more glossed over? Sure. Going to the State of the Union, which is quite
mhm,
literally 2 hours of political propaganda, and I'm saying that every single State of the Union is political
yes,
propaganda. I'm not saying it just because of like the current administration, just so everyone can get that really clearly. Like,
that is the whole
Kenzie has
purpose of
opinions about everyone. Like,
yeah.
um, that's not that is like you literally were used as pawns. And then there
Hmm.
was an AI video of Brady Kachuk made using him as a political pawn. And he's like, I would never do that. That's disgusting. And it's like, well, one, that's
You
why we
are
hate AI.
consequences of your own
And
actions.
two, that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I
So
was just saying like the whole
you made it very political. You didn't just go
yeah,
to the White
and
House to
like
like have fun. You went to the White House for
again
the State of the Union.
knowing all of those things and like uh the charity work and the things that you do like can only hold so much weight knowing who you like what we saw of those players behind closed doors.
And I want to
If that
say
makes
for
any sense.
anyone who's like, well, my player would never, or the
They
people who
would.
are like, and this
They
is why
would.
Hockey Canada should have won, go look up Hockey Canada and tell me what you
Yeah, that too.
find.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Yeah.
the five men who raped that woman. Go or allegedly. Go tell me about that.
Yeah. It's not
Go look it up. Go look up the slush fund that Hockey Canada has, and then come back and tell me that your favorite player would never.
mhm. Again, it's a culture issue. But yes.
So that being said, we will still be covering the NHL. We have already covered the NHL pretty neutrally, but we're going to try to make sure that we do it even more neutrally, and we're only highlighting players like when it's like statistically relevant,
Hmm.
and or when they are doing good charity work, and that we can try to be like, hey,
Highlight,
here's.
yeah.
But
Don't
I
put them on a
think
pedestal, but
yes,
something kind of
that's
good.
like where we're at right now. We're
Yeah.
obviously going to continue focusing on the PWHL coverage, and like the NCAA is starting their like Sweet 16s really soon. The
Yes.
women are about to start playoffs. Their Frozen Four is the 20th to the 22nd. It's in State Park, Pennsylvania. Um so There are still tickets available if anyone in the Northeast is looking at going. They're like $40 per game. It's really cheap. It's really fun. Um, I think that's where we're at right now. And then obviously, like, we've expanded, but read between sports now. We're not just read between the blue lines. And so we are going to be talking about other sports, specifically women's sports, and just, you know, but like we also still want to push for a culture change within men's
Yeah.
hockey because if we don't, who's going to? And if
Yeah, and
all of
also
us give
again,
up,
like
it's
leaving
bad.
proves the point,
Yeah.
which so like no matter how like even if it's uncomfortable and unfortunate, like I'd rather endure it, hoping that it leads to something better on the road. Can't tell you when,
Yeah.
but yeah. So,
So just to reiterate, this is an inclusive space for everyone who also wants to be inclusive. Like,
yes.
I really hate when people are like, that wasn't a very inclusive statement of you. And it's like, because you were being hateful towards me.
Yeah, for real. What do you want me to do? It's
So
real.
yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Speaking of the P-Dub, we're breaking records again.
Yes.
We had the Seattle Torrent home game was the highest attended women's hockey game ever.
They sold out.
Again, yeah.
Love that.
And we're hearing rumblings that MSG might be breaking that record.
It
Um,
should,
so that would be
based on
really
like
awesome.
seating capacity. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be awesome if that gets.
Also, like I don't want to say it's like a funny way. It's like free publicity that men are just dumb and the women get to guarantee like
Have you
benefit from
seen the
that.
numbers though?
I was gonna say I watched the full Sirens game and I popped into the other ones and the numbers on those streams, like on the YouTube streams, were the highest. I've been watching the
Yeah.
P-Dub since they started.
Yeah.
I have not seen numbers that large for like a regular season home game for any of those teams in general, and
No.
it made me want to cry. I was like,
I
I
feel like
just
because I feel like 17,000 was where we were at for like playoffs last year.
yeah, and like
So,
sometimes a takeover tour game will get a decent amount of number, like
yeah.
like the Bell Center game maybe, or like the game that they play at Scotiabank.
Yeah, like the Battle of Bay.
Bigger games that like the I want to say quote unquote bigger games for the teams, but for it to literally just be like the first game out of the break for the Sirens and the Victoire, and it's just
And also,
I was
mind
like,
you,
oh my God.
that wasn't like a team filled with gold medalists.
No.
So,
And Pooh wasn't playing.
yeah.
So
She
like
is
it
skating, by
just
the way, in a non-contact jersey for anyone
yeah.
wondering. We do have that. She
But
is
yeah,
back.
the numbers I was like, oh my God. I know
But also,
it's not like a lot like
but it's
in a
something.
good overwhelming way. I was like it's because I feel like when you see people talk about it, it's like, okay, you're talking about it, but like, are you actually going to like
Do
watch and
it.
dedicate yourself and like whatever? And so actually like seeing that in the first couple games since the Olympics have ended has been very, very like heartwarming. So I'm like, oh my God, like these people are gonna take it seriously, and that's gonna like if anybody should benefit from what happened, it should be them. So I'm
Yeah,
glad it's working out the way it is.
I gotta say that's like the most frustrating thing I think out of everything is like I expected this, right?
Yeah.
What I hate though is that like Hillary Knight said it, like instead of talking about the gold medal game, I'm sitting here
Yeah.
like taking responsibility for someone else's actions, and that's not
Hmm.
my job.
Yep.
Like that is so real. Why do we as women have to be like,
Oh, a man did this, now you have to respond for it. Yeah.
yeah. And like, listen, I am always willing to be like, hey, how do we educate? How do we grow? And like I told you there's a situation yet, like a silly little situation yesterday, but it was like, how do we fix this? How do we move forward and like grow and be a better like advocate for women in the space? And
Yeah.
like, I'm willing to, if you're willing to learn and you're willing to grow, I am more than willing to help you.
Hmm.
Um, it's the people who are like, "Meh." But like,
Yeah.
why is it a woman's job to explain? And then also, the thing that also pisses me off is that like you had two women on that team who then spoke up and were like, yeah, I didn't really see a problem with it. No one else did either. Meanwhile, half the team is like, yeah, no, that wasn't great. And like they were all
And
liking posts
course,
about it.
of course, men are like, they actually said this one thing.
Yeah. It's
Like
like actually one person.
there's a
It's
reason that certain outlets used those players and what they
yes.
said to push a certain narrative. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
Simple Google search would answer your questions, but
it's like
whatever.
when white people are like, well, one person told me that I could say the N-word,
Yes.
so I'm gonna say the N-word. It's like
It's like the
that's
same
not
thing.
how that works.
Yes, exactly. That's actually the perfect like parallel. Yeah.
That's
That
not
is exactly it.
like it's a little less severe, but like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But like so the NHL has had a dip in viewership as far as I'm aware.
Their
Um
first, which I think is so funny, their first TNT game, I forget who it was. It was the other day out of the break, but they actually had like 30% fewer viewers than the one before the break,
yeah. Meanwhile,
which is like
the
half.
PWHL has seen a 50% increase in like searches and like merch is getting sold out everywhere
Hmm.
and it's just like I'm also really happy to see the PW like actually capitalizing like their new like
Yeah.
Professor Puck thing I
That
think
was
is
so
really
cute.
cute. Um like I'm really excited to see and also like I would like to make a like a note of warning or kind of like I don't know if it's warning. When you see other hockey creators or other brands who have never spoke about women's hockey before talking about
Mm,
women's hockey, don't yell at them. Let them come
I thought
in.
you were gonna say something different.
No, I think it's like
Yeah.
I understand the need to be like this is performative. But if this is how people start covering the league and they
This is
stay,
the argument I have for like anybody becoming a new sports fan in general. Like if you started watching a sport that I was aware of, I wouldn't be like, no, Mackenzie, that's not.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't be mean. Like I understand these people have platforms and they have a voice and they have a like they can influence things.
yeah,
But like if you wouldn't speak to your friend that's watching a sport for the first time or getting into like a sport for the first time that way, I wouldn't advise you use that same kind of language or the attitude, whatever it is, towards other people. Because if you want the game to grow, the only way to do that is getting other people who are new fans to come into the sport and they have to learn. And you had to learn too when you first started. So like
yeah,
you all start in the same we all start in the same playing field and just move up. So it doesn't matter that you've been here longer.
yeah,
Everybody has to start somewhere. And if this is like the stepping stone into that, then so be it. That's also like the whole point of the Olympics for hockey, and that was particularly the PWHL. Like this is the first time those players have went and
yeah,
had a real league to go back
yeah,
to carry that momentum. So like that is the whole like was what they wanted to happen
yeah.
coming off that
So,
tournament. So it should be happening that way.
so speaking of like things like that are happening this month with the PW and like growth and stuff, the draft declaration opens today.
That is right.
So we're gonna start having information on who we're looking at. We're definitely expecting to see like Murphy, Harvey, Edwards from Wisconsin. We're definitely there's a few other people probably
Yeah,
from
why
the
am I
US
blanking?
team. Um I don't know how to Jan
Tessa Janke?
yeah,
Janke? Janke.
Janicki.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's also probably going to be on it.
Yeah.
But so we're getting information on that today, starting and moving forward. It's also like rumored to be when we're finding out more about the expansion.
Yeah.
Um, whether or not that actually happens, I mean, like, because like I think there's like logistics and stuff, and so we'll see what we end up getting.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get some fun things. Please give us a team in
I was
Detroit
gonna
in
say
January. Um,
any information is greatly appreciated.
yeah.
But
Um, so yeah, fun things on like the women's side. And then again, like the Frozen Four, which I will be doing like more coverage on this month, so hopefully that goes well.
whoop whoop.
Um, and by Frozen Four, I mean like the Sweet 16, like the whole playoff thing,
All of it leading up, yeah.
which is kind of like complicated. But if anyone has any questions, I can explain it. I just don't have the energy right now. Um,
It's so
also the
real.
trade deadline for the NHL is on Friday.
Yeah,
Um,
P-dubs at the end of the month. So we got lots of things. Lots of
so
things.
Friday's gonna be crazy because it's Harry Styles F1 and the trade deadline.
Yeah,
So if you're anything like us, you'll be busy all day.
we're gonna be having a great time.
At least your full-time job is in hockey, whereas like I'm gonna be like full-time job hockey
Yeah,
F1.
I actually don't I'm not like working during like the
Oh,
actual,
fantastic. So it'll be your job on Friday.
yeah, so like I'm working the recap show. So one of my coworkers was like, not working trade deadline. I was like, neither am I. Like I'm working the day, but like I'm not working before 3. So like I'm not actually working the trade deadline. Like I have to recap everything, but I'm not gonna be like, so yes, I'll
Oh,
be here.
this
But
is another good time to say that we're like super active on Threads. That's like our biggest platform because like we like the community aspect of it. Um, but if you are looking for trade information, we only post once things are confirmed.
Like, and that means the team has said it, not
Yes.
an insider has said it. Because even though
So
an insider has said it, does not mean anything can change
yeah,
from
or like
then.
people
So
can't be
like,
added or
yeah. So like
pieces
once
moved.
the teams, like both teams say whatever, that's when it's
Like,
real.
and if you want us to like discuss rumors, like we could like give us some input on that and let us know. We could put like rumor and then like chit chat about like what we think should happen or
Yeah.
whatever. But we're like, if it says trade alert for us, it is
It,
a completely, yeah, confirmed by the NHL
yeah.
trade. So just so everyone knows, but we'll be posting every single trade on Threads as it comes in and as it's confirmed.
Woo.
We don't do any kind of live show. Maybe we'll both be doing this full time next year and we can do a live show, but as of right now, that's not happening.
This year's
Um,
also like such a not great trade deadline, I feel like.
no, I think it's
There's
gonna be
like
a
no,
mess.
yeah.
Like
No,
it's
but I
gonna
mean like there's
be
nobody like big enough. Isn't it like a
no, it's gonna be a mess because I think a lot of like little pieces are gonna get
yeah.
moved, but I don't think we're gonna have anything like earth
Like anything
shattering.
major is not happening, I feel like, but you also never
Watch, we're
know.
gonna get to Friday and it's gonna
I
be
was
like
gonna say,
McDavid to somewhere.
stop. Could you imagine?
That's what's
Like,
gonna
oh
happen.
guys, this will happen.
We're gonna get Sid to Colorado and we're gonna get McKinnon to
Oh my God.
Toronto or something. Like,
The way that would be like the most insane.
well, did you see that like a few days ago people were like the Avs have 7 point or
No,
8.7
it's
available.
8.7. Yeah, because they made a trade with the Pens, and everybody was like, guys, this isn't the trade that
We
we
wanted.
wanted if you're gonna trade with the Pens. And then I was like, listen, if you have 8.7 specifically available, there's a player that also has 8.7 that he gets specifically paid that could
Yeah.
do that.
I thought that
I
was a
don't think it's
really
gonna
funny.
happen, but
No.
I'll be delusional until the day I don't have to be delusional about it.
Here's the thing.
But
I think Crosby, sorry, we got cut off. I wholeheartedly believe that Crosby will retire a Penguin.
no, me too.
However,
The sliver,
I would like to see him get a cup or a gold at some point before he retires. And
another.
if
If you're new,
his,
he has many,
yes, but like
but
if
another.
his best chance to get a cup is in Colorado,
It's so weird though because like the Pens are having a way better season this year than like anybody thought they would have.
yeah,
And I feel like if that wasn't like he's said several times that he's not going anywhere. But I also feel like if they were having a worse season, that might have shifted
yeah.
by now.
I mean, I believe him when he says
Yeah.
he's not
No, me
moving.
too.
I,
I think
however, do think it's hysterical to be like, coincidence? I
yeah,
think not.
I'm like, huh? Just
Um,
saying.
but it's just like that's just me being like, haha, silly, funny because
Yes.
like I need to bring some kind of joy into men's
Yep.
hockey because it sucks. Um,
So
so
real.
also, I loved seeing Hillary Knight and Megan Keller and no one else on SNL last night. That was
Yeah.
lovely.
Connor Story Slade.
Connor Story
Also
was
Hudson
amazing.
Williams, thank you for showing up. All the
I
above.
have it recorded because I will watch
I
it
have to
later.
watch the whole thing. I watched parts of it,
Yeah.
because it was like popping up at work, but Connor was in like every sketch,
Yes. I heard
which is
except for a weekend
crazy.
update.
Yeah, I was like never happened. So I was like, I will be sad.
I mean, I think
Thank you
hosts are
very much.
typically in most of the sketches, except for Cold Open and Weekend Update. I
Yeah, I
don't
feel like
think
there's a
it's that.
couple that like I don't know. I couldn't tell you
But
the last time I watched a full SNL.
also, I heard that Mumford and Sons brought out Hosier, and I was
And
like,
apparently nobody in the audience knew who he was. They didn't cheer for him. Someone that was there. No,
you're
I'm dead
telling me
serious.
there was a room full of gay people there for
They
Connor's
had no
story,
idea.
and they
Apparently
didn't
they
know
had,
who.
yeah. Apparently they had no idea who he was. And I was like, how?
I woke up
That's
to
what I
that this
saw.
morning, and I was like I thought about it for like 5 seconds of being like, should I do standby? And I was like, I just
Only
like
300
don't.
people. It's a lot. And it was cold
So
the
I
night
thought about
before.
it. I did not go.
That's okay.
Um, but like seeing that yesterday, I was like, I like the Hosier FOMO was insane. Like I like That's what it is. Like I
That's
love
so
Connor
real.
and I'm super happy for him and I would have loved to have seen him, but like if anyone has seen Hozier in real life, like him singing is one of the most magical experiences ever. Um, so like whenever I get the chance to, I'm like, amazing.
That's real.
He's
I
also
get it.
just so nice. Anyways, um, like one of the few celebrities I've ever actually like interacted with, and I'm like, yeah, that was nice. Well, because
Good experience.
I'm a super big like I don't know if it's because like being from New York, I'm like you leave them alone.
Yeah.
Um, like I saw this girl the other day who was like, I saw Kit Connor on the subway and I wasn't weird and I didn't say hi because like celebrities are people too and everyone in the comments was like, but you filmed him for five
I would say
minutes?
that's also
That
when
also
posting it
feels
is,
weird.
yeah, weird.
So,
But
I don't know.
okay.
Celebrities are people too, but also you
Okay.
don't know these people.
Yeah, you know.
Um, I also find it really funny how different Hillary looks like on like TV appearances versus like in a press conference. I'm like,
I
those are
always
two
forget,
different people.
like when she has all her makeup on and her hair's like straightened, I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, I'm like I'm
What did
like,
you do
wait
with my
a sec,
little
I've seen
lesbian?
Hillary Knight.
Oh,
Yeah, she
congrats,
slayed
by
though.
the way, to Hillary and
Oh, I was like,
Brittany
why are you saying that to me?
because they got engaged.
Yes, I did.
Good for them. Very happy for them.
Oh,
Oh,
like,
and because this episode never got published, justice for Chalk and Bates.
oh yeah, we talked all about the figure skating.
Justice for them. I
Yeah,
can't.
still.
And like an insane congratulations to Alyssa Liu. If you need any reason to say like fuck
Yeah.
everybody else and go by the beat of your own drum and take care of your mental health, like that's it.
Also the joy, just like the joy.
Again, I was so happy to be an American for 5 minutes. I was like, oh,
Yeah, the figure skating was the only time I was like, I will. I was like fully rooting for all of them, but I
yeah,
was like, this is the time I will enjoy the win because I like know we're fine.
yeah,
But
yeah. This is going to turn into an F1 podcast in about 4 days,
I
by
thought
the
you were
way, just
gonna,
so everyone knows.
I thought you were gonna ask about what we were reading, and I was like, where are we going next?
I'm not reading
Also, yeah.
anything right now. I read 2 books last month. I am in such a slump and I like don't have
Oh,
anything to give. So
didn't you? What
I
was the
read
last
like
one you were?
7 books in January
Yeah,
and then
that
I
weird. What was
barely
that
got through
weird?
2.
The murder mystery one, or was that like in December?
That was in December.
Oh my God, I forget I said that. I thought that I could
That
have
was a
sworn that.
Christmas book.
No, but I thought there was another one. Oh no, I'm thinking of the it was a dark romance, and I was like, oh, I've seen it
Oh,
everywhere. I'm
Lights
thinking of
Out.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a
the
murder
Nevesta Allen
mystery. That is
stuff.
nothing even similar.
No.
Anyway,
I mean, there is murder in the books, but
well, yeah, but not like my brain just like confused the two of them, and I was like, what?
no.
What?
I just
But
like I haven't been driving a lot because I haven't been going to hockey games, and
yeah,
so I like just have been very like spaced. But like I just haven't like the idea of like sitting down and reading a book has felt like a lot of like work.
that's so valid.
So I just have to like
Get one. I have to
pick one up.
read. I'm in the middle of two different series right now. Series.
Serious.
I have to read Sarah Adams' book still, and I
Yes,
am like, but I don't want to read it until it's like feels like springtime, because I feel like it'd be so like
I'm in the same
perfect to read when it's
boat.
like spring. But I like
Yeah.
need. I'm like, I need the dopamine rush of reading one of her books. Which she's apparently. Did you see that she announced another one
Mm-hmm.
the other day?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to read the last one in the One in Rome series. But I'm holding on to it, and so it's not depressing outside, so it makes me feel happier. But
Speaking of, by the way, kind of speaking of, we are having a very fun guest on the podcast
oh, I was like, what are
very
we?
soon. Um, so just if anyone's wondering, it's gonna be very exciting for both of us. That's like
We're
it's
pumped.
books and hockey and F1 related, and if you know who I'm talking about,
It's all of the
awesome.
things.
If
Yeah.
you don't, you'll find out soon. So yeah. If you are a new hockey fan, by the way, or you're new to the PWHL, We have a So You Know PWHL Puck episode up, which I can link in the show notes. We have a Hockey 101 episode. We have like a whole graphic on like the differences between the two. I think we have an article up.
Yeah.
So, and if you have any other questions, like please feel free to shoot us a DM, send us a comment, and be like, "Hey, I'm confused about this thing." Um,
We'll
we'll
happily
answer
answer.
you as
Yeah.
nicely as possible because we're not trying to be condescending or assholes about here.
Yes.
So just ask questions and we'll do our best to answer. So,
Mm-hmm.
because we want to grow the game, not shrink it, unlike some
Yeah.
people. So,
Yeah.
um, that's it, I think. Are you reading anything? You're reading something. What are you reading?
I don't want to say I'm really reading it. I like I read like 8 pages of it. I It's a second book of a F1 romance series, so we can clearly tell. I was like, the book, my audiobook series is I think it's considered romantasy, but like it isn't really. It's more fantasy than romance,
What is it?
but I'm vibing with it. I don't even know the actual name of the series. It's the second book is The Rule of the Aurora King. I read the first book was The Trial of the Sun Queen, which is like
I've never heard of those.
me either. One was on my TBR from like forever ago, I guess. But the first book was like Hunger Games and like Bachelor combined.
Interesting.
Yes. And then I was like, I kind of like this. And then I realized there was a second book. I think there's also a third one, but I'm in the second one right now. So that's my book, my car book. And then the book it's called Ride With Me, but it's literally part of a F1 romance series because I was like, if there's
Fun.
any time for me to read them, there's now.
Good.
But it's one of those things where I think I've only read a couple of them, like F1 romance related, and the way that this author named the teams, you can clearly tell which team is which, even though the names are not the same, based on how they describe it and everything. So I'm like having a field day being like, that team is obviously this
Yeah,
one, and that driver is obvious. Like the driver in this book is obviously this driver. So I'm enjoying that part, even though it's probably not intentional. But for me, I'm like,
fair.
it's
Very
good.
fair.
But
Love
yeah,
it.
so
All right. See you guys next week.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up?